I turn into the gravel driveway of our weathered Denver bungalow, my shoulders aching from a 14-hour shift at Children's Hospital. 2 emergency surgeries, 1 premature birth, and a teenager who overdosed on her mother's prescription pills. My nursing clogs squelch against the wet pavement, still damp from the afternoon thunderstorm that rolled across the Rockies. The October sky stretches purple above our quiet residential street. Mr. Chin tends his prize-winning roses in the yard next door, nodding in my direction with his usual reserved smile. I wave back, forcing energy I don't have. Something feels wrong as I approach the front door. The porch light isn't on, though dusk has already settled. Strange. Mom always turns it on before dark, part of her evening routine that never varies. I climb out of my Honda Civic, grab my nursing bag, and trudge up the concrete steps. The ceramic owl Dad found at a flea market 2 summers ago still perches by the door, its paint chipped but smile intact. My keys jangle as I unlock the door and step inside. The sound of my footsteps echoes strangely in the entryway. "Mom?" My voice bounces off empty walls. "Dad?" Silence. The living room stands completely gutted. No sectional sofa where Dad watched his Sunday football games. No glass coffee table displaying Mom's collection of vintage teacups. No family photos lining the mantel. Not even the hideous plaid armchair my sister Chloe abandoned when she moved to California. Just nothing. My heart pounds against my ribs as I move through the house. Kitchen empty. Dining room empty. The bedrooms upstairs all stripped bare. My childhood bedroom where pencil marks still tracked my height on the closet door now stands hollow. The bathroom cabinet where I kept backup contact solution and ibuprofen cleaned out completely. They've taken everything. Every piece of furniture, every dish, every family heirloom, even the shower curtain. Back in the hallway, something catches my eye. A single manila envelope lies centered on the hardwood floor, illuminated by the last rays of dying sunlight. My hands shake as I tear it open. Inside, a single sheet of notebook paper. Mom's handwriting, rushed and careless. "Thanks for bailing us out, sucker. We're starting over in Phoenix with Chloe. Don't bother looking for us." My knees buckle. I sink to the floor, the cold wood pressing against my legs. A wave of nausea rolls through me as reality crashes down. They've abandoned me. Worse, they've robbed me. My phone buzzes. An automated text from Sterling Real Estate. "Congratulations on your successful property listing at 2847 Maple Street. Closing scheduled within 45 days. The room spins. They're selling my house. My house. 9 months ago, I was sleeping on Jennifer's couch after my engagement to Marcus fell apart. For years together, and he chose his mother's disapproval over our future. I was saving every cent for my own place, determined to rebuild my life from scratch. Then Dad called at 3 a.m., his voice thick with panic. "We're going to lose the house, Sage. I made some bad investments. We owe $298,000. My childhood home. The kitchen where Mom taught me to bake her famous snickerdoodles. The backyard where Dad built me a treehouse for my 10th birthday. The living room where we watched movies every Friday night. What about Grandma's inheritance?" I asked. Silence stretched between us. The money that should have been split between Chloe and me. The nest egg that mysteriously evaporated into Chloe's failed boutique venture. "It's gone," Mom whispered. Despite the rage burning in my chest, I couldn't let them lose everything. "I'll help," I promised. I worked triple shifts at Children's Hospital until my feet bled and my back screamed. Maxed out every credit card. Cancelled my car insurance. Ate peanut butter sandwiches for lunch 7 days a week. All to save them. While I drained my savings account, their Instagram filled with smiling selfies. Family emergency handled. Mom posted beneath a photo of them toasting with wine glasses. They threw a dinner party to celebrate our financial recovery, but spent the evening gushing over Chloe's new business idea, as if her first failure never happened. I sat at that dinner table, watching them laugh and celebrate, and the truth hit me like a defibrillator shock. I sacrificed everything to save them, and they're acting like they saved themselves. That night, I researched property law until my eyes burned. I consulted a real estate attorney about refinancing options when my parents weren't around. Then I made my move. I asked my parents to sign refinancing paperwork that was actually a quitclaim deed. Mom hesitated before signing. "This transfers everything to your name temporarily," I explained. "For tax purposes." She nodded, pen hovering. "You'll transfer it back after?" "Of course," I lied. Now, sitting on the bare floor of my empty house, the decision feels both foolish and prophetic. They tried to sell my home, but I outsmarted them. My phone buzzes again. A text from Chloe. "Mom says you're being dramatic again." I stare at her message, then at the empty rooms around me. Dramatic? They've stolen everything I own except the scrubs on my back. The sun disappears behind the mountains, leaving me in darkness. But as I sit in the growing shadows, something shifts inside me. The weight of betrayal crystallizes into something harder, colder, more determined. This house is mine. And they've made a terrible mistake. The next morning, pale light filters through bare windows as I sit cross-legged on the hardwood floor, surrounded by scattered documents. Sleep came in restless fragments last night, my mind racing through possibilities while my body shivered in the back seat of my Honda. The house felt too empty, too haunted to stay in. But I'm back now, determined to understand. I sort through mail abandoned on the kitchen counter, bills addressed to my parents, advertisements, and a thick envelope from Sterling Real Estate that Dad must have overlooked in their frantic escape. My stomach drops as I tear it open. Final contract and closing details, the cover letter reads. The contract was signed 4 weeks ago. While I was working night shifts. While I brought them groceries on my days off. While they smiled and assured me things were improving. My phone buzzes with a Facebook notification. Mom has posted a photo of herself, Dad, and Chloe standing in front of a modest ranch house, arms linked and grinning. New adventures in the desert. Finally free, reads the caption, followed by cactus emojis. The timestamp shows 6 hours ago. My throat constricts as I swipe to the next photo, Chloe holding house keys, beaming like she's won the lottery. The comments overflow with congratulations from relatives and family friends who have no idea what they've done. The sale contract in my hands reveals their full strategy. Listing price, $425,000. Earnest money already deposited, $15,000. Closing date, next Friday. $425,000. Nearly double what I paid to save this house. Money they plan to take while leaving me with nothing. "You absolute parasites," I whisper, my voice echoing in the empty room. I spread the documents across the floor, creating a timeline of deception. Dad, once a respected insurance adjuster, started day trading 3 years ago after losing his position at the company. Small losses grew larger, credit cards maxed out, second mortgages taken against the house. His brother, Uncle Pete, covered for him at family gatherings, deflecting concerns with, "Rick's just having a rough patch." Mom, forever maintaining appearances, redecorated the kitchen twice in the past year while they spiraled into debt. Her social media remained a curated showcase of family bliss, each post more fabricated than the last. And Chloe. My stomach churns thinking about my older sister, the golden child who could do no wrong. Her failed boutique swallowed Grandma's inheritance whole, yet somehow she remained blameless. "She's just finding herself," Mom would say, while I worked 60-hour weeks at the hospital. My phone buzzes. A text from Derek, Chloe's boyfriend, "Heard you're having a meltdown. Chloe says you're being selfish about the move." Before I can respond, another message arrives from Emma, my colleague from pediatrics. "Heard what happened. My guest room is yours as long as you need it." The kindness catches me off guard, bringing unexpected tears. A knock at the front door startles me. Mr. Chin stands on the porch, his weathered hands holding a small cardboard box. "I saw them loading the truck at midnight," he says quietly. "They told neighbors you approved the sale, that you were joining them in Arizona next month." He hands me the box. "I've lived next door for 20 years, Sage. I know when something isn't right." Inside, I find family photos Mr. Chen rescued when he spotted Dad tossing them into a donation bin. "The realtor called me this morning," he continues. "Asked about the family situation. I told her she should speak with you directly." As if summoned by his words, my phone rings with an unknown number. The realtor's voice, professionally cautious. "Miss Rivera, there seems to be a discrepancy with the title. The property was transferred solely to you 8 months ago. The current sellers aren't listed on the deed." A weight lifts from my chest as I thank her and end the call. The quitclaim deed worked. The house is legally mine. My relief shatters when my phone buzzes with a voicemail. Dad's voice fills the room, slurred with rage. "You better not screw this up for us. We need that money. You owe us after everything we've sacrificed." I delete the message, my hand steady now. The stakes have never been clearer. My credit cards are maxed from saving this house. I have nowhere else to go. If they contest the quitclaim deed, I could lose everything. Without stable housing, my position at the hospital could be jeopardized. Attendance and reliability matter in healthcare. The realtor calls back an hour later, her tone significantly cooler. "Miss Rivera, we've completed our title search. The sale cannot proceed without your authorization as the legal owner. We've frozen the transaction pending clarification." "Thank you," I reply, surprised by the calm in my voice. That evening, Emma arrives with an air mattress, Thai takeout, and a fierce hug. "Just until you get back on your feet," she says, helping me inflate the mattress in what used to be my bedroom. As night falls, I lie awake staring at the ceiling. The house creaks and settles around me, familiar sounds from childhood that now feel different. This emptiness, this betrayal, it should break me. Instead, I feel something hardening inside, like concrete setting. They wanted to sell my home and disappear with the money. But I outsmarted them. Tomorrow, I start rebuilding. Not just furniture and belongings, but boundaries that should have existed years ago. I close my eyes, surprisingly peaceful in my empty house. It's mine now. Truly mine. And they've made a terrible mistake. A week later, my phone chimes for the 10th time today. Chloe again. I consider silencing it, but something makes me look. "Mom's having panic attacks because of you. Fix this now." I toss my phone onto the air mattress where I've been sleeping. 3 days ago it was Dad's blood pressure is through the roof. Yesterday, "You're destroying this family." The steady drip of guilt has become white noise. The doorbell rings. Through the peephole, I spot Uncle Pete's gray beard and nervous smile. His pickup truck idles in my driveway, engine running as if he expects this to be quick. "Sage, sweetheart," he calls through the door. "Just want to talk some sense into you." I don't answer. After 15 minutes of increasingly agitated knocking, he leaves his business card wedged in the doorframe with a note, "Your parents raised you better than this." Later, scrolling through Facebook, my stomach clenches. Mom's latest post has 43 comments. Prayers needed for parents dealing with ungrateful children. Mental illness can destroy families. Please respect our privacy during this difficult time. The comments range from sympathetic to suspicious. "Stay strong, Linda," from her book club friends. "What happened with Sage?" from people who actually know me. My finger hovers over the reply button, but I close the app instead. They've controlled the narrative my entire life. Not anymore. The next morning, sunlight streams through my bedroom window as I lay out my clothes. Not scrubs today. A crisp white button-down, black slacks, and the pearl necklace Grandma left me. Professional. Authoritative. The mirror reflects someone I barely recognize. Shoulders back, chin lifted, eyes clear and determined. The title office smells like fresh coffee and copy toner. The receptionist's eyes widen when I give my name. Miss Rivera? We weren't expecting you until 11. I prefer to be early. My voice sounds steadier than I feel. Ms. Martinez, the title officer, shakes my hand firmly. Her office walls display family photos and law degrees. I've reviewed your documentation, she says, gesturing to the folder on her desk. The quitclaim deed is properly executed. Your payment records are exceptionally well organized. I learned to keep receipts, I say, the corner of my mouth lifting slightly. She nods, studying me. I've never seen someone your age so thorough. Most people twice your age don't understand these transactions. Necessity is an excellent teacher. Her printer hums, producing the document I've been fighting for. This confirms it, Miss Rivera. You are the sole legal owner of record. The attempted sale has been voided. My fingertips tingle as I touch the paper. Mine. Truly mine. Ms. Martinez clears her throat. Your parents requested a conference call. They're quite persistent. I bet they are. The speakerphone crackles. Dad's voice fills the room, already mid-argument, completely unreasonable. We raised her, put a roof over her head for years. Mr. Rivera, Ms. Martinez interrupts. I have your daughter here. We're on speaker. A moment of stunned silence. Then Mom's voice, trembling with practiced vulnerability. Sage, honey. How could you do this to us? After everything we've sacrificed. Mrs. Rivera, Ms. Martinez interjects. The documentation is quite clear. Your daughter paid $298,000 to prevent foreclosure. You and your husband signed a quitclaim deed transferring ownership. She tricked us, Dad's voice rises. She said it was refinancing paperwork. The deed is clearly titled, sir. It bears your notarized signatures. This is absurd. We'll sue. On what grounds, Dad? My voice surprises even me. Calm, almost gentle. The house is mine. The sale is void. And you left me with nothing but walls. Mom begins to cry, the familiar soundtrack of my childhood whenever she didn't get her way. But Ms. Martinez simply slides a box of tissues toward me, unmoved by the sounds coming through the speaker. This conversation is over, I say, pressing the end call button. Walking through the hospital corridor that evening, Emma falls into step beside me. The cavalry's arriving at 7, she says. Mike from radiology has a truck. Sarah's bringing her old dining set. I've got kitchen supplies. My throat tightens. You don't have to. Try stopping us, she says, bumping my shoulder with hers. By sunset, my living room has furniture. Not matching pieces from a showroom, but a hodgepodge of donations. A navy blue couch, a scratched coffee table, mismatched dining chairs. More than I had yesterday. Mr. Chin appears at my door with a cardboard box. I saved these for safekeeping, he explains, revealing framed family photos. When I saw them loading everything up, I knew something wasn't right. Later, my phone rings with an unfamiliar number. Derek's voice comes through, hushed and urgent. I left Chloe, he says without preamble. They planned this for months, Sage. Chloe showed me text messages from last winter. I can't stay with her knowing what they did to you. I sink onto my new old couch. Are you okay? Shouldn't I be asking you that? He laughs hollowly. I'm staying with my brother. Listen, I saved some of those texts. I'll forward them to you. Dr. Patterson catches me between rounds the next day. I've approved your request for overtime shifts, he says. The holiday pay should help rebuild your emergency fund. Thank you, I manage, blinking back unexpected tears. After work, I drive to Home Depot and buy new locks. The metallic click of the deadbolt sliding into place sounds like victory. The security system installation takes 4 hours. Cameras covering every entrance. Motion sensors. A control panel by my bedroom door. In Chloe's old room, I roll sage green paint over the fashion posters she never bothered to remove. The color reminds me of the Colorado mountains, where I'd hike alone to think during nursing school. With each brush stroke, I reclaim another inch of space. The last task is the hardest. My parents' wedding portrait has hung above the fireplace my entire life. I carefully remove it, wrapping the frame in newspaper before storing it in the garage. In its place, I hang a photograph of the Denver skyline at sunrise, the view I see driving home after night shifts. The beginning of something new. Standing back, I survey my home. Not empty anymore. Not stolen. Mine. My phone buzzes with another text from Chloe. I delete it without reading and turn off the lights, climbing the stairs to my bedroom. For the first time in weeks, I sleep without dreams of empty rooms and stolen futures. My phone buzzes at 2 a.m. I ignore it, but seconds later it buzzes again. And again. Notifications pile up like autumn leaves, texts, voicemails, Facebook alerts. I squint at the screen. My bedroom remains dark except for the harsh blue glow. Mom's name dominates my notifications. I sit up, back against the headboard, and tap the most recent message. The extended stay costs $79 a night. We can't afford this much longer. Your father is having chest pains. I scroll through earlier messages. Complaints about Phoenix heat. The hotel's thin walls. The suspicious characters in the parking lot. Not one word about leaving me with nothing but walls. The irony almost makes me laugh. Almost. Their dream of an Arizona mansion funded by my empty house has crashed into reality. The $425,000 they expected will never arrive. Their hastily packed suitcases now sit in a budget hotel room with stained carpet and broken air conditioning. My laptop sits on my nightstand. I open Facebook. Mom has just posted a sunset photo, taking time to explore Arizona before buying our dream home. Blessed family. New beginnings. The comments overflow with cheerful encouragement from distant relatives and church friends who have no idea what really happened. 15 people have already liked it. Chloe's profile tells a different story. Her status updates have shifted from excited plans to thinly veiled complaints. Job market tougher than expected. Anyone know someone hiring in Scottsdale? I close the laptop without responding to any messages. Let them stew in the consequences they created. Morning light filters through my new curtains as I prepare for my shift. I've been carefully silent online since they left, watching their narrative unravel without my interference. Today feels different. Today I'm ready. I prop my phone against the kitchen counter and take a selfie in my scrubs, standing proudly in front of the freshly painted living room wall. The caption comes easily. Some things earned can never be taken away. Grateful for this home and the community that supported me through unexpected challenges. Within minutes, comments appear from neighbors, co-workers, old classmates. They've heard rumors. They choose sides without me saying a word. So proud of you, Sage. Your parents were always sketchy about money. Call if you need anything, honey. I send one email before leaving for work. To Dad. Subject, mail forwarding. I've decided to keep the house. Please forward your new address for any remaining mail. Sage. Short, simple, final. When I return from my shift 10 hours later, my phone holds a text from Derek. Chloe got fired yesterday. They found out she lied about her management experience. I type back, good thing you moved in with your brother. But you could always come back to Denver. He doesn't respond, but I know I've planted a seed. Uncle Pete calls that evening, his voice carrying the weight of family obligations strained by disappointment. They're asking to stay in my spare room, he says. I can't turn family away, but Sage, what they did to you. Do what you need to do, Uncle Pete. Your father says there's still a chance to sell the house and split the money. Says everybody wins that way. My laugh sounds hollow even to my ears. That's what I figured. His sigh travels across state lines. Your mom's been calling everyone from the old neighborhood. People are starting to ask questions. Their perfect family image is crumbling brick by brick. In Denver. In Phoenix. Everywhere. Later that night, Mom's tearful voicemail fills my kitchen as I prepare dinner. Baby, please. We made a terrible mistake. We just need to come home. Your father's not sleeping. Chloe blames us for everything. Please call back. I delete it and keep cooking. Dad's email arrives next. We could split the proceeds 60-40 if you sell now. The market's strong. Be reasonable, Sage. Chloe's text is less diplomatic. You've destroyed this family. I stand at my kitchen window, watching stars appear above my backyard. The yard where Dad taught me to ride a bike. The yard where Mom planted sunflowers every spring. The yard I raked every autumn to earn my allowance. My fingers tap out one response to Chloe. The day I needed a roof, you left me homeless. Now figure it out like I had to. Block. Delete. Breathe. 3 days later, my lawyer calls. Good news. Their legal challenge to the quitclaim deed has been dismissed. The judge didn't even schedule a hearing. The bank confirms what I already know. The mortgage is solely in my name. The mountain of credit card debt I took on to save this house still looms. But each paycheck chips away at it. Each extra shift brings me closer to freedom. That night, I hang a new mirror in the entryway, the spot where their wedding portrait once dominated the wall. My reflection shows someone I'm still getting to know. A woman who stopped setting herself on fire to keep others warm. The house feels different now. Smaller without their oversized expectations. Larger with possibilities that belong only to me. My financial sacrifice was enormous, but it saved me from a lifetime of exploitation. Some lessons cost everything but teach you what you're truly worth. And in my case, that's exactly the price of this house. A month later, snow begins to dust my windows like powdered sugar. November in Denver brings winter's first whisper, covering the city in pristine white that makes everything look new. I'm curled on my second-hand couch, reviewing patient charts when headlights sweep across my living room wall. A car door slams. Then another. A third. My stomach tightens. I know those footsteps on the walkway before the doorbell rings. The security camera app on my phone confirms what my body already sensed. My parents and Chloe, huddled beneath a single umbrella on my porch, their faces drawn and desperate. I consider not answering. Let them stand in the snow like I stood in an empty house 4 months ago. But that's not who I am. Not anymore. When I open the door, Mom steps forward first, mascara streaking down her cheeks. Sage. Thank God. We have nowhere else to go. Dad looks smaller somehow, his shoulders hunched against the falling snow. The Arizona situation, it didn't work out. Chloe pushes past them both, melted snow dripping from her boots onto my refinished hardwood floors. You need to fix what you broke, she snaps. They had to sell their wedding rings just to get back here. I say nothing. Simply step aside to let them into the entryway. The home they stripped bare now contains just enough furniture to remind them of what's missing. My furniture. My home. After everything we've done for you, Mom whispers, her voice cracking with practiced precision. I carried you for 9 months. I walked the floor when you had colic. I helped you apply to nursing school. I've rehearsed this moment in therapy, in the shower, while staring at my ceiling at 3 a.m. Yet now that it's here, a strange calm settles over me. I don't feel rage anymore. Just clarity. Would you like to sit down? I ask, gesturing to the living room. They exchange confused glances before following me. Dad's eyes flick to the mantel, where their wedding portrait once hung. In its place hangs a framed copy of my nursing license. When I was 17, I begin, perching on the edge of my armchair, I totaled your car. Remember? You grounded me for 4 months and made me work at Uncle Pete's garage to pay for repairs. Dad frowns. What does that have to? You taught me about consequences, I continue. About responsibility. About paying my debts. I reach for the folder on my coffee table. So I've kept track of mine. And yours. I open the folder and remove a stack of bank statements, neatly highlighted in yellow. $83,000. That's what I paid toward the mortgage and property taxes over 8 months. I place them on the table. Plus another $27,000 in credit card debt I took on to keep this roof over your heads. Mom's hand flutters to her throat. Sage, we never asked. Next, I pull out my phone and open Facebook. While I was eating peanut butter sandwiches 6 nights a week, you posted these. I scroll through their smiling Arizona photos. The steakhouse dinners. The shopping trips. The spa day. Interesting budget choices for a family in financial crisis. Chloe shifts uncomfortably. Social media isn't real life. No. I extract the handwritten note from a protective sleeve, now professionally framed. Is this real enough? Thanks for bailing us out, sucker. We're starting over in Phoenix with Chloe. Don't bother looking for us. My voice doesn't waver. Mom's handwriting. Dad's sentiment. Your collective goodbye gift. The silence thickens until Dad clears his throat. We made a mistake. We're sorry. Sorry you got caught, I correct him. Sorry your plan failed. I place the final document on the table, a notarized statement from Derek. Chloe's ex-boyfriend had quite a story to tell. How you planned this for months. How you discussed selling my house while I worked double shifts to save it. Dad's facade cracks. His eyes dart to the exit like a cornered animal's. You had no right to turn Derek against us. I didn't turn anyone against you. You did that yourselves. Mom's performance tears give way to something rawer, uglier. How could you do this to your own mother? Her voice rises. Where are we supposed to go? The same place I was supposed to go when you emptied my home and tried to sell it from under me. The words come easily now. You never saw me as family. Just as a resource to exploit. A solution to your problems. Chloe lunges forward, finger pointing at my face. You think you're so perfect? You stole our house. Your house. I stand, matching her height. The house I saved with my money? The house you abandoned? That house? Her mouth opens, closes, opens again. No sound emerges. Through my front windows, I notice Mr. Chin peeking out from behind his curtains. 2 doors down, the Wilson family has paused their evening dog walk to watch the drama unfold. My family's shame is now as public as their betrayal. You can stay at the Comfort Inn on Colfax, I say quietly. I've arranged for 3 nights, paid in advance. After that, you're on your own. 3 nights? Mom's voice cracks. What are we supposed to do after that? I walk to the door and open it. The snow has intensified, creating a white curtain between us and the world. Figure it out, I say. Like I had to. One by one, they file past me. Dad pauses at the threshold, his familiar aftershave mixing with the crisp winter air. We're still your parents, Sage. Biology doesn't make a family, I reply. Actions do. I close the door firmly behind them and engage the security system. The electronic beep echoes through my reclaimed space. Through the window, I watch them retreat down the walkway, past the ceramic owl with his chipped smile. I didn't destroy them, I whisper to the empty room. They destroyed themselves. I just stopped saving them. The weight I've carried for so long slides from my shoulders like snow. I turn back toward my home, modest, incomplete, but unmistakably mine. Outside, the storm clouds part, revealing a crescent moon in the winter sky. The first clear thing I've seen in months. The morning sun warms my face as I kneel in the greenhouse attached to my back porch. 18 months later, and my hands still remember the emptiness of this house. Now they tend seedlings that will bloom come spring. Tomatoes, peppers, and herbs, practical plants that nourish both body and soul. Those are coming along beautifully, Mr. Ching calls from the fence line. No longer just a neighbor who tends roses, but a friend who brings homemade dumplings on Sundays and listens without judgment. You should see the kitchen, I answer, brushing soil from my knees. The herb garden is finally producing. What was once Dad's cluttered den, where he monitored his failing investments, now serves as my meditation space. Yoga mats and essential oils replace financial anxiety and broken dreams. The guest bedroom upstairs stands ready for Maya, the nursing student I'm mentoring. Her situation mirrors mine from years ago, brilliant but drowning in family dysfunction. The difference? She'll have someone in her corner this time. Earned. The garden I've planted will bloom next spring and the spring after that. Roots grow deeper than anyone sees. This is my home, reclaimed, renewed, and finally at peace.